So again, a couple pictures of Bayside. So instead of metal debris at the historic burn area, we actually found items like this. This is glass. So this is kind of more household rubbish. And then of course the dark staining is what gave us an indication that we had encountered the historic burn area. So this is still there. We have to modify work plans to include that work, and then we'll come back to that in February timeframe. Okay, so West Side. We started working on West Side most recently, so after we had started North Point and Bayside. If you recall, Bayside was actually, or West Side was actually partially excavated in 2007. So our task on this job is to come back and finish this disposal area. Last time I was here, we talked about the 5 rad waste containers that we were sorting. It was a waste segregation process. We are done, so we're happy to report that task is complete. So the 5 bins themselves are currently still on site. However, we have a tentative date of December 15th that they'll be going off. So those are profiled and ready to go. And from those 5 boxes, we extracted 87 LLROs. So those are the rad objects that we took out of those boxes. So task was successful and went as planned. The next task at West Side, which is a bit unique, is we have a deep disposal area near building 1321. And I remember presenting this as well, the last presentation. It's right here by almost near Dave's head. And that's the end of the historic runway. If you remember, I showed a picture. So it's a unique area that Navy used as a deep disposal area. So we actually have waste going down to 14 feet in this area. So that's actually what we're doing right now. If you were to go out there today, you would see some slide rail shoring, which I have pictures of on the next slide. But that's the activity we're doing now. And then of course the larger disposal area itself, much like West Side, or much like North Point Bayside, we will have to divide into survey units, sample, and backfill. So, next slide, please. Okay, this is the slide rail system that I had mentioned, and this again is used only in this deep disposal area. It's unique because of the depths that we have to excavate to, and also because of the groundwater in the area. So we have to hold back the groundwater while we dig, or any sidewall sloughing, some sidewalls that may come in. So this helps us isolate the area to get these items out, which include, as you can see in this picture, large pieces of metal wire rope. I know it's just a silhouette, but this is large pieces of metal. Again, I have another slide that shows the type of waste that came out of there. But this pit is approximately 60 by 60 feet and about 14 feet deep. So we're working that as we speak. Here's the figure or map that shows where that area is. It's this little green dot right here, again, at the corner. So if you were to flip this around 180 degrees, it would be right at that corner. The purple here shows the areas that we're also excavating at the same time. So we're not only working this one little area. If you were to walk out there today, there's about 6 pieces of equipment working. We're digging in this area and digging in this area as well. So this is all being worked simultaneously. And of course, we will come back to this area here by 33, and this area over here by 1325 and excavate those as well. So more work to come. Next slide. Okay, so as we mentioned in previous meetings, West Side had the potential for there to be munitions scrap. How did we know that? We knew that because in 2007 we did encounter empty shell casings. So these are pieces of metal remnants that have been found within the excavation areas, so mixed in with the debris, poses no hazard. However, the Navy is cautious. We hire these experts. This gentleman here is a munitions expert. He's the lead of a whole team of folks, in fact, that watch the excavation as it's occurring in West Side. So there's a known area where this debris exists. For every scoop of soil that we take out of the ground, these folks are sitting there watching as a safety oversight. Each item, which we found 28 pieces to date, get examined. And they get examined because we can't ship them or send them anywhere until we know for certain that there's no hazard, that there's nothing that wouldn't pose a hazard to anybody outside of where they were found. And so during that examination of all 28 pieces, we found that there's nothing live in any of these items. However, on the 19th, we did find one 2-inch item